Together, growing in faith, changing communities.
Together, growing in faith, changing communities. My dear brothers and sisters, allow us to reflect on this beautiful reading from the Gospel of John, chapter 8. It is a beautiful reading and it is an interesting reading at the same time. Jesus goes up to the Mount of Olives. And we know this is not the first time, because Jesus had often gone up to the Mount of Olives to pray, to be with God, to connect with God. And moving from the Mount of Olives, Jesus comes back into the temple and he continues to pray, but also to preach. And I believe that while he was teaching and doing whatever, they dragged in this woman who's been caught in the very act of adultery. Now, these are the few points of reflection. The first one, it was crucial that Jesus had gone to the Mount of Olives to pray. That's the point. It was crucial that Jesus had gone to the Mount of Olives to pray. Let me try and unpack this. Imagine if Jesus had not gone to pray. Imagine if Jesus, his connection with God was weak. And so whatever trials, whatever temptations, whatever difficulties he meets, if he is spiritually weak, it will defeat him. So it was necessary, it was crucial that spiritually he is strong, that spiritually he is connected. Go back to that beautiful word. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. There are certain things in our lives that affect us, that hit us. But if we are spiritually grounded, we are not moved. We are not faced, because there is a connection. It's like someone who is trying to swim and they are most likely to drown. But if they can hang on to something, it doesn't matter what, they are safe because they are hanging on to something for dear life. Do you get the point? So the first thing for me is that Jesus had gone up to God to pray. Hence it makes sense, pray at all times. You and I must be spiritually connected to God. Remain in God and allow Him to remain in you, so you can face tomorrow unfazed, unmoved, with no fear, because the God in me is greater than anything in the world. That's the first point. The connection with God. Prayer. Being in His presence at all times. That's the first point for me. Jesus was in the presence of the Father. And so it is my prayer that every day before we get out into the world, we go on our knees and we connect with the divine. Then from there you can go with your daily life. Because you've been strengthened, you've been empowered. You now know I am no longer alone. I carry the heaven behind me. The second point for me, which is absolutely interesting, He goes to the house of prayer, the house of sacrifice. He goes to the temple. What happens? They bring a woman caught in adultery. Who does that? It's the Pharisees. It's the scribes. It's the religious people who drag this poor woman. Yes, she has sinned. Yes, she has done that which is despicable. But they drag her to condemn her, to publicly embarrass her, and to shamefully tell the world about her. Who does that? The people who go to church. I once saw a clip. A person whose phone rang in the church. You must have seen this, and everybody looked at this man and they started, no, you're making noise, and they embarrassed him and they kicked him out of the church. And his wife, when they got home, gave him a lash. And that man never went back to church again. Then he went to the bar in the evening, and as he was trying to drink, he spilled his beer. And the glass fell, and everybody went and rushed to him, and he crouched into the corner thinking they were going to shout. And everyone said, "Are you okay? Did you not break did you not cut yourself? Are you fine?" And the bartender said, don't worry, we will take the mop and we will clean this." And they gave him another drink, and guess what the man did? He continued to remain in the bar. Why? There was more love in the bar than in the church. There was more acceptance in the bar than in the church. And so what frustrates me is that it is the people who claim to be holy, to be good, who bring it down. They take it to Jesus and they say, we must condemn her. We must stone her to death. We must ostracize her. We must make an example of her. And I've seen this too many times in my 20 years as a priest. I've seen this too many times in the Catholic Church. How often do we tear each other apart? How often do we destroy each other? How often do we gossip about each other? How often do we highlight the not so good? You can find someone who's so brilliant, absolutely amazing. You'll always find critics. You'll always find people, but you don't know this about this person. But this person doesn't. Are you that clean? Are you that holy? And so we have this PhD syndrome, pull him down, pull her down. That's the problem. No, I'm being honest. The people that you think when I come to church, I will find love, I will find acceptance, I will find forgiveness, I will find someone to nurture me. You walk in the church and they grab you and say, how can you wear like this? You come to the church, how can you do this? The child runs in the church and they scold at you. The baby cries, they scold at you. And you wonder, they take the place of prayer into a place of condemnation. One of the worst things is a person who comes into our church and walk away feeling terrible and say, why did I go? The third thing that I also find absolutely amazing in this text is when Jesus is praying and bring the woman to her and they say, according to the law, this woman must be condemned to death according to the law. And Jesus looks at them and he looks down and he writes something, and I'm probably saying in my mind, in my heart, yes, according to the law, she's supposed to die, but according to grace, she's supposed to be saved. There's a difference. difference between law and grace. When law demanded that I be killed, when law demanded that I be ostracized, when the law demanded that I'm pushed aside, the grace of God found me. His mercy sustains me every day. Do I believe that I'm a sinner saved by grace? Is there a place of grace in your heart? Is there a place of grace in this church? May the Virgin Mother of God continue to be with you, to protect, to bless, to guide, and to turn you, the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. Amen.